Let me begin. General Gio, based on our approach right now, we have moved back into a near-peer competitor mode where we have two near peers. If you have to lay out for the American people what you see as the greatest threats that you have to defend against right now, share with me the vectors that you see these offensive weapons coming in as. What are the weapons that we're defending against today and that you're working on?
Senator, the range of weapons is greater than it's been at any time in the past. So starting with the North Korean threat and the intercontinental ballistic missiles is probably the longest range threat that I look at each day. Next would be the cruise missile threats that are not only air-launched cruise missiles from Soviet bombers, but also submarine-launched ballistic missiles that can come from either coast if the adversary submarines get close enough. And the cyber threat. The cyber threat is the most present and persistent threat that we see. We see it on a daily basis, attacks from nation states and hacktivists trying to get into our systems each day.
What about drones?
Drones are certainly an increasing threat. We see them on average reported that are detected in the NORTHCOM AOR is anywhere from 2 to 5 a week over installations, military installations. That's the only visibility I have, but I know there's certainly more over other parts of critical infrastructure.
Fair to say that our defense of the North American continent really has been based upon having the equipment to defend against the ICBM, number one, and to a lesser degree the cruise missile, but until recently not a lot on drones because they're new, and not a lot with regard to cyber except that which has moved through the system in the last 3-4 years.
Senator, I think that's accurate.
If you take a look at the systems that we use to defend against them, these are very expensive weapon systems, aren't they? The ICBM, the cruise missiles, and so forth are expensive, and really the equipment that we're using, our ability to shoot them down is with expensive systems, as the chairman identified. But what we're really talking about here is with regard to ICBMs and cruise missiles, we're probably going to spend an expensive piece of machinery to catch up with them and take them out. But on what we're seeing coming across in the Middle East right now and in the Red Sea area, we're talking about we're not really talking about a lot of ICBMs, but we are talking about cruise missiles, and we're talking about a huge number of drones. We're using weapons that were never made to take those out. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it is, Senator. I think to characterize what you said, we are using expensive weapons on UAVs and into the cruise missiles. I think that directed energy, I think that laser, high-power microwave capabilities, certainly for the UAVs, and even would have some capability against cruise missiles.
But the problem, as I understand it, is that we haven't made that move yet. We haven't moved, and this is where I'm going to move from what the threat is there over to General Collins here for just a second. The systems that you work on today are principally equipment that, as the chairman's indicated, are going to be some very expensive responses to take out ICBMs and cruise missiles. Is that an accurate statement, sir?
Sir, our systems are designed against ballistic missiles, against ICBMs, but also intermediate range, medium range, and short range ballistic missiles. So the Aegis Standard Missile Fleet, THAAD, those are also designed for regional area defense against theater ballistic missile class weapons. We do not cover down on cruise missiles.
What's the least expensive missile defense system aboard an Aegis carrier or a Patriot system? What's the least expensive actual targeting material we've got? What per shot?
Senator, if you're talking Army air and missile defense systems right now, it's probably our Stinger. But, and this was what I want to clarify here, the Joint Counter-UAS Office is working the counter-UAS threat. And we have systems specifically developed for the counter-UAS, specifically the Coyote interceptor, which is a significantly cheaper interceptor than a Patriot or an SM-2 type interceptor, and we are using that capability successfully in theater right now, and that's what we're using to address that threat. And that organization is continuing to develop technology, work with our industry partners. We've also been successful with directed energy, and we're also, in the Army, are fielding a platoon of high-powered microwave capability that will eventually be able to be deployed, which will continue to bring down the cost curve. So the Army is really investing in directed energy, whether it's laser or high-powered microwave, and actually fielding it to the formation. So we have a directed energy 50-kilowatt Stryker fielded to 460th ADA in support of 1st Armored Division, and we're fielding a platoon of high-powered microwave to 151 ADA supporting 1st MDTF. So those systems are real and out in formations right now, and some of them deployed. And
just to follow up on, because this is the part that I think the chairman was trying to make, do you have enough in the budget right now to push those particular systems? And have they been budgeted for, or do you need your budgets improved to take advantage of those weapon systems?
I would definitely say we need to have more based off of the threat and the numbers of threats that we're seeing. We'll definitely have
How many of those weapon
more.
systems do you have today?
Total numbers?
Yep.
I can give you that number outside of this forum.
Classified?
Yes, I can provide you those numbers because I don't
Is
want
it is still in the development field, though?
No, that capability, it's prototype. It hasn't gone to a full rate production program of record yet, but it is about to in the next 2 fiscal years. Because what the Army is doing, we're taking that capability and we're putting it inside of our division. So the 1st division set with the counter-UAS capability is being fielded now, first 2 divisions, and the 3rd division will start fielding in FY26, where we'll actually have Coyote-based Strikers with that capability on Strikers. So the Army is moving forward as a program of record with this capability. It's not there now, but we are moving forward with it.
One last question, just directly back to General Gale. Are you incorporating those into the North American Defense Command today?
We've requested to, Senator.
When you say you've requested to, what's the holdup on it?
Well, let me be clear. We haven't requested Coyotes because of the kinetic capability in the homeland, but we have requested non-kinetic capabilities and directed energy weapons for counter-UAS.
You've requested them?
That's right. So the first one, Senator, as General Gainey mentioned, we're pushed over to the AOR. We're the CENTCOM area of responsibility. So we're watching closely the effectiveness there, and as they learn, and the system's proven, that's what I would like to employ here.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence.